So would you prefer to live a true life that isn't necessary, or a happy life but you're not true to who you are?
Pulling up and you know I'm swerving. Bad bitch, but you know I'm curving. Run it up like a nigga earning. Got a check, now a nigga smurfing. Pull up in a Rolls, now she wanna roll. Everybody talking, but they coming to the show.
Hey guys, it's ISSA and we're back in the building, in the gap. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe. Why? Because I upload a video at least once a week. Happy New Year! This is my first video of the new year. I know it is a little bit late into the year, but I just needed a break. I needed some time to just reflect. So today's video is more of a serious topic. It isn't like any other video I've done on my channel. And shout out to the person who requested it. It was anonymous, so this is for you. I didn't necessarily see myself talking about mental health or just talking about well-being on my channel. I kind of just thought that my channel would be a place of just, you know, fun, banter, vibes, you know, look good on any side. But I think it's important, especially during this time, to just talk and, you know, let you guys know that even though I am a vibe, IZZA does sometimes, you know, have her off days. Without further ado, let's begin. I just want to make this very, very clear. I'm not complaining. I'm not putting blame on anybody. I think we're all in the same boat here, and I think it's important that we talk authentically and rawly about how we feel. This video is like not really scripted. I've made points, but I haven't really planned out my videos like I have in my other ones. So if you want an organised video, this is not the one for you. Go and watch another video on my channel, okay? Cool. So as you guys know, we've been in a pandemic. I know it's been difficult, and I know it's taken a toll on a lot of people. For me personally, in March when this came about, and you know, uni's closed, and we were doing online classes for the first time, I was like, you know what, I am a strong individual. However, as the months went by, it's definitely worn on me, and I think for me especially, I tend to just change in my mood and change in the way that I act subconsciously when I'm not 100% okay. So it wasn't until maybe I looked at my relationships with my friends and my family, or I kind of just sat down and did some self-reflection. I was like, oh, okay, you're not okay, and we need to address the situation. So if you guys don't know, I am a dancer. I'm training in Liverpool, and dance has been my life. Literally came out of the womb doing ballet turns. Definitely not a ballerina though. For me, dance is my passion. It's something I love. One thing I always want to do in this world is whatever I do in the future, whatever my job career is, whatever I accomplish, I want it to be something that I love. I want to do a job that I love before I do anything else. And dance is a passion of mine. It's something that it defines who I am. It defines parts of who I am as a person. And going through this process in lockdown, in isolation, it's been tough because for the first time I've seen something I love started to become something that I disliked. The correlation of how I was doing dance, it just wasn't positive, it wasn't enjoyable, it wasn't bringing me any type of happiness. And if you guys don't know this about me, I am an only child, and I love spending time by myself. Like, I could be by myself all day, no problem. And so dance was always my escape. Dance was my time to connect with other people and just express myself. And I think I've struggled with communicating how I feel, what I'm feeling. And I've always been that strong individual. I've always been that girl who's like, you don't want to pay attention to the negative. You kind of just want to disregard it and it'll go away. And this process, this isolation has taught me it will not go away. It will just play on your mind. There was a period of time, like when I would go to sleep, every single thing that was weighing on my mind, everything that wasn't okay, and I just couldn't sleep, or I would have nightmares. I've been dancing online, I've been dancing in my room, I've got a vlog of literally a day in the life at uni online, and I didn't even want to post that video. I'll be so honest, I didn't want to post that video because it didn't seem entertaining. I wasn't busting jokes, I didn't have the energy. I literally found myself just rolling out of bed, doing a class, rolling back into bed for 15 minutes, rolling back out of bed to do a lesson. And that was literally my cycle. And at first, don't get me wrong, it was 100% a part of, you just need to be better disciplined. You need to you need to realize that this is your degree, this is your training, and if you want it, you will work hard for it. And if you don't, well, then you'll have to deal with the repercussions. But definitely as time has gone by, I realised it had nothing to do with my discipline and my love for dance, but it was more how I was feeling mentally and physically, just being confined and not being able to express myself. I would literally just lie in my bed and I would feel this type of emotion and energy. Like, I would say I'm an emotional person, but I'm not a crier. And I would just feel this type of emotion where I would feel like I want to cry, but I couldn't. Like, I literally could not force the tears. Like, I'd even play one sad tune to try and help, you know, and nothing was coming out. And I was just constantly in this awful position and feeling of just not feeling myself. Like, I didn't really talk to people and I didn't have an explanation. When people ask like, oh, are you okay? You're like, I'm not okay, but I don't know why. And I think the first thing you need to do is identify that you're not okay. You don't need to have an answer for everything. It's important that you just recognize and scan your body and tell yourself, okay, I know I'm not feeling very good today, and that's fine. But I'm aware of it, and what am I going to do now to help myself get out of this funk and make myself feel better? So what I did allow myself to do is separate this whole box of how I viewed dance since being in lockdown. I always made sure that even if it was once every 2 days, once a week, or just whenever I needed it, I would allow myself to play my music, just play any type of music or my favorite genre of music and just move. Did not film myself, no cameras, turned off my lights. I disconnected from social media and electronics, and that just really allowed me to find the joy and the happiness and the passion that I've always had for dance. The passion didn't go anywhere, it was just being smothered with all of these other obstacles, and I was letting it happen. So once I started doing that, I already started feeling so much better. Take your passion, so especially if that's your uni course that you have a passion for, but take your passion and remove it from the situation, and that way you find the love and you find the basis of what your passion is for and what it is about. Another thing that's really helped me has just been believing in something, and for me that's my faith, believing in God, and regardless of whether you're religious or not, or whatever religion you're part of, I think it's so important now, now more than ever, to believe in something, because I've had so much time now to reflect, to really look at myself as a person and see what is it that I'm doing with my time. I was spending so much time on Netflix, on YouTube, or just sitting here saying I'm so bored, I'm not doing anything. I wasn't really looking within myself. I wasn't building a relationship with God. When you believe in something, it is impossible to give up. For me, that has helped me the most. Another thing that I've struggled with a lot is my communication with people. For me, if I'm not great, I don't want to speak, I don't want to talk, I don't want to communicate, or I can be a poor communicator at times. That's been really hard, trying to explain to my friends and the people I care about, no, it has nothing to do with you per se, and I haven't got an issue with you, I'm just going through something and I just don't know how to communicate that to you. One thing that has helped me so much has been just talking. Just having conversations, just being able to speak to anyone. And when I mean speak, I don't mean talk about problems. Just literally having general conversations on FaceTime. If you guys know me, I do love a FaceTime. I'll be on FaceTime for hours. So talking to your family, your parents, like spend this time now to get closer to them, because a lot of us are still at home. And for those of you who aren't, use your social media to connect with people. Turn social media into a positive thing. I know that social media can be such a negative place. I don't want to be feeling down and then I can't communicate to people how I'm feeling, or I don't want to talk to people. So then I scroll on social media and then I see all of these negative headlines, where I see all of these people living their lives, or I see people that I aspire to be like, but I know deep down I'll probably never achieve what they want. And that's not really what I want to achieve in life, but that's what society tells me I should achieve. And so when you put the mixture of all of that together, and a lot of it is subconscious, of course it's gonna mess with your mental, of course it is, because it's too much to take in and there aren't enough outlets currently for us to do things. I think a lot of it for me has never been I want to go to parties, I want to break my back, I want to do all of that. It's never been about that. It's just feeling free and feeling like I have the choice to do what I want to do. Because I was talking to my friend towards like the summertime, and I was saying deep down, personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, if we weren't in lockdown, I probably wouldn't be doing much different. Like, I probably would stay in my room most of the time. It's just the fact of not having that choice and that freedom that really weighs heavy on me. If someone's like, how are you? You don't have to lie and say, oh good. You'd be like, do you know what? I'm not doing great, but I just want to talk and I just want to catch up and want to see how you're doing. At least you've addressed it, but you're not focusing on it and you're not having a whole conversation based on that. And I feel like whenever I've done that, I've finished the conversation feeling so much better. Even if it was half an hour out of your day that you felt so much better mentally, you just felt stronger. That's half an hour more than you would have had if you didn't call that person or if you didn't communicate. And if you do half an hour every day or every other day, that's going to add up to half a day at some point, a whole day, a week, a month. We've been in this pandemic for, what, 9 months now? Those small minutes will really add up. Another thing I had to realise is, I know as cliche as it sounds in the hashtag alone together is very jarring, but it's so true. We are alone together. You are not alone. There's someone watching this video who is at uni, who is probably a dancer, who is probably from West Africa, who is 19, who is an only child. You are probably going through the exact same thing that I'm going through now, or very similar. And I think that brings comfort, because that way I don't feel so much like I'm weird or I'm alienating myself or what's wrong with me. I should be okay because there are other people who are going through worse stuff. Don't be apologetic for the way you feel. As long as you know that's how you feel and you're going to do something about it. Me, like, I don't like going outside. I have anxiety sometimes when I go outside. When I see people on the street, I don't know how to respond because this whole world is changing and it's so foreign to me that when I see someone walking across the road and they don't have their mask on, do I smile? Do I have to cross the road? Do I have to pretend like they don't exist? And already before I had some type of anxiety when it came to meeting new people, but now it's been heightened. It sucks, and it's not a nice feeling, but at the same time I shouldn't apologize for the fact that, yeah, cool, I have anxiety when I go outside, and yes, I don't like going outside. You shouldn't be apologetic, you shouldn't feel bad. At the end of the day, the situation you did not bring upon yourself. Another thing that I've struggled with a lot has been just being okay with myself, by myself, doing nothing. My life is fast paced. That's how I like things. I like things to go fast. I don't want things to stop. I thought I didn't need time to just stop. And one thing that I have learned, it's been one of the hardest things to accept, it's also been one of the most rewarding things, is just being okay with who I am. Self-reflection is one of the most progressive things, in my opinion, that you can do for yourself, which doesn't require anybody else, and it's all about self-motivation and really wanting to decide whether you want to figure out who you are as a person. I was talking to one of my best friends and we were just having a discussion, and they asked me, so would you prefer to live a true life that isn't necessarily the happiest, or a happy life but you're not true to who you are? And the power within that phrase, I want to know who I actually am. And if it means that I'm not as happy, at least I know when I go to bed at night, I know who I am, and I know that I can do things actively to change. Every single day I'm becoming a better person, and every single day I become a better person and I'm happy with who I am, my mental is happier. If you want me to make a video specifically on how I self-reflect and the different ways that I've chosen to self-reflect, then I will definitely do that. Just let me know in the comments down below. And in conjunction with that, it's okay to do nothing. When I mean nothing, I don't mean, oh, just be on Netflix all day or on your phone scrolling through social media a day, but I mean just lying in your bed and just listening to the outside sounds, or just playing music and just being at one with yourself. There is nothing wrong with that, and it's a very powerful thing to be able to do and master when you can just be comfortable with yourself. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is, yes, as much as we can say, yeah, talk and share and self-reflect and think about all of these positive things and what you want to do and where you want to be, at the end of the day, there is still worries. There is still insecurities. There is still problems that we feel. And I think to like neglect that and not talk about them or not to address them is a little bit naive and just not productive. The same way I said right at the beginning, my passion for dance didn't go anywhere, but it was just being smothered on top of loads of other obstacles. That's the same thing that you can do. Your problems and how you truly feel can stay here, but just because you're throwing all of this positivity on top doesn't mean that you're actually progressing as a person. So the last thing I'm going to share with you is that it's okay to worry. It's important to allow yourself a time frame to worry and think about your problems, and then after that time frame is up, boom, put it in a box, slide it, forget about it, and you move on with your day. Because I think if you allow yourself time to acknowledge your fears and your worries and your insecurities, it won't play on your mind as much, in my experience anyway. So I would say, like, allow yourself 5 minutes, like 5 minutes of worry. I don't know if that's a thing, but, and then when those 5 minutes are up, you don't think about it for the rest of the day. It's going to be hard at first, like anything. You have to train your brain and train your mind. You can just give it a go and see what happens. So yeah, this was a more serious video. I do really hope that anything I've said has helped you, whether it's you found a new way of trying to cope with your mental health or just new ways of trying to deal with this whole new world that we're living in. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Just comment down below your thoughts, your favourite parts. If you have any tips, please share with people down below, because we are a community and we are here to help each other. So guys, we've come to the end of the video. As always, I enjoy filming it. If I enjoyed filming it, you enjoyed watching it, so give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what other videos you'd like to see, and if I do film your video, you will be getting your own personal shout out. Share this video with at least one person, because if you all did that, we'll be past the goal of 1K onto a new goal, 10K, baby. Follow me on my social media. It's right over here for daily updates, another look into my life, and to submit your questions for my Rant and Talk series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click over here. Okay, it's been a while, but click somewhere and it will tell you everything that you need to know while you're at it. Watch my last video. As always, I love you guys so much. Happy New Year, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.
I heard the man say, one day, I don't play, from Monday to Sunday. I heard the man say, one day, I don't play, from Monday to Sunday.